Shalom, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Shai, Bashem, Kakadash, double honors to the apostles of great millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect on the four corners of the earth. This video is like a whirlwind because Esau knows the truth about the chariots, so-called UFOs, Yahweh Shai returning. He has the satellites, the telescopes out there pointing out to the heavens, waiting, watching, and preparing, weaponizing the satellites to fight against these the chariots and Yahweh Shai returning. I'm gonna jump straight into the scriptures. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So the Lord's coming like a thief in the night. And if you haven't repented, if you're of the nation of Israel, if you haven't repented and hearken on to the scriptures and listen to the prophets on the highways and byways on YouTube world, etc., you're gonna be burnt up. You're gonna be burnt up with those elements, with fervent heat. And if you live in Babylon, aka America, when these ICBM missiles hit, simultaneously, when the chariots are destroying people and buildings and this, that, and forth, there's going to be a deliverance at the same time, right before the missiles hit. And that's a test of faith. And that's the second death, the lake of fire, just like in time of Noah, Noah and the ark, and the 8 souls on the ark with the animals. Noah was a so-called conspiracy theorist for 100 plus years, prophesying that it was going to rain, and no one believed him because why? It never rained. It never rained in ancient time. It was just a mist that watered the plants and whatnot. So, things was different, especially back then, but it's still, in present time, it's the same thing. Hey, World War III is about to pop off. Martial law is about to pop off. We're in medical martial law right now, but martial law, military martial law is going to pop off on all four corners of the earth, etc. We're so-called conspiracy theorists that no one wants to believe. And then when the future prophecies of the mark of the beast and World War III, Israel and America coming up against Iran, starting World War III, then people are going to want to listen, but it's going to be too late. And there's other prophecies that have came to pass that we've already spoken about, and people still not taking heed to it because they want everything to go back to normal. They want everything to be in other words, back to normal. They want to go back to partying and bullshitting and doing all types of wickedness and eating all types of abominable foods, so and the 2/3 are destroyed beyond repair. They got spiritual cancer that, in other words, like figuratively speaking, we're the nurses and doctors of Yahweh Shai, and we diagnose these 2/3 of terminal illness, spiritual illness, that there's no medicine that can heal them. So they have to be destroyed to come back and be reborn in the kingdom. So, the title of this video is like a whirlwind. Psalm chapter 33 verse 8. Let all the earth fear the Lord. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in awe of him. So the whole world is going to stand in awe of him, because the Lord is coming back with like no other. It's not going to be no other time in the history of the earth, in this universe. It's Yahushua is going to break their clouds, crack them clouds, and a flood of angels are going to a flood of angels. We're going to cover the sky, and people ain't going to be ready for it, you know. Let me see, try to bring out another scripture about the chariots, because we're telling you that the so-called UFOs are not aliens. That's Esau's deception. But Psalms chapter 68, verse 17, the chariots of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, are 20,000 and even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them. Yahushua is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So, you know, I have this clip, just waiting to be played. It's not long. It was a Super Bowl video, and it just shows you that Esau knows that the chariots are soon to come back, and they're not aliens, and they're so-called big black men with big afros, with decked out in gold, standing like 12 feet tall, very large, men with fierce countenance, that they're not playing. They're not here to play with nobody. But those are our brothers. And Lord willing, we of the elect, we're above them. But, seeing is believing for these people. So, Revelation chapter 1 verse 7, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Salah, or Salakia, Tawab. So, there you go. Every eye, the Lord said, he cometh with clouds. What are those clouds? The chariots, the so-called UFOs. And every eye shall see him. Everybody is going to see Yahushua return. And they also which pierced him, those two centurions when Yahushua was put up on the cross, that pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail, wailing meaning cry, because these other nations are going to be frightened. They don't know. The elites know, but they don't know. They're going to be like, oh no, everything that they've been fed by Esau's witchcraft in the movies, aliens are coming. Because of him, even so, Tawab. So, prepare your soul, prepare your mind to see things you've never seen before, things you've seen in movies, And I'm going to just jump to last scripture, Isaiah chapter 66, verse 15. And then I'm going to close out with this clip. It's not long, but like I said, it was when the Super Bowl happened, and it's a Super Bowl commercial. Trying to sell something, insurance or some shit, but the most important thing is that they know what the chariots look like. They know what the chariots are coming back to do, and Esau uses comedy, aka satire, to downplay the truth. So Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Lord's coming back to destroy. The Lord's coming back to get down. The Lord's coming back to eradicate all wickedness and set up righteousness, point blank, period. So, I don't know what y'all been reading, you Christians, you Jehovah's Witnesses, whatever, but it's not accurate in no way, shape, or form. I'm gonna try to find one more scripture real quick to back up my point. For Isaiah chapter 66 verse 15. Give me 1 second. Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. Think not that I come Slaki. Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Because there's a time to kill, there's a time to heal, there's a time for peace, and there's a time for war. And right now, we're not in a time of peace. War is coming. World War III, the war in heaven. Because in order to have peace, there has to be war. King David fought all those wars for there to be peace, even though it wasn't a long time for King Solomon, but it was still long enough. In order to have peace, there has to be war. Someone has to be taken out of power. And Yahushua is coming back to take the crowns of all the kings of the earth. So I'm going to play this clip and then I'm going to close out.
I'm pretty sure they come in peace.
Let's do certain.
Yeah, certain is better.
So yeah, I'm gonna try and do another video on this. Try to do another video on this Super Bowl commercial. And again, like I said, they're always trying to sell you something during the Super Bowl. So, but that's just to mask the actual truth. Because Esau's pushing out what? Aliens and alien invasion and yada yada. There's going to be an invasion, all right, but it's going to be of righteousness and it's going to be of the angels. It's going to be of Yahushua, justice, a just power. So, now I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, endure to the end.
I'm pretty sure they come in peace.
Let's do certain.
Yeah, certain is